Everyone, so this video is going to be on the infrared app. Now, I do recommend that you buy the infrared blaster or IR blaster from Rabbit Labs. It dramatically increases the power of the infrared antenna, and you can literally shut things off through a wall and from like 500, half a kilometer away. It's absolutely crazy. But the built-in infrared one does do the trick most of the time. It just doesn't have as much range. So I'm going to just briefly explain how this works. Now you have to keep in mind I'm running the Momentum firmware. And I believe that there's some differences between stock firmware and Momentum firmware in terms of infrared. So let's go to infrared. And you'll see that you have universal remotes. You have learn new remote, you have saved remotes, and then the GPIO settings. So for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to be talking about the universal remotes, the learn new remote, and the saved remotes function. And I'm going to explain everything to you so that you have a better understanding on how to use this app properly. So, let's get started. First of all, there is the universal remotes function. And as I said, it supports a variety of different protocols for turning things on and off and controlling them. So let's go to universal remotes. You'll see the options are TVs, projectors, audio, air conditioners, fans, monitors, digital signs, and LEDs. So if we go to TVs, it gives you a power option, a mute option, channel up and down, volume up and down. Now, because there are a variety of different infrared protocols that different TVs use, when you click the power button, it's going to go through all of those different types of infrared sensors that are used in different televisions. So if I press the power button, you'll see that it's sending, there's 291 total protocols. I've tried it on TVs where on the third one it works. I've tried it on TVs where it takes about 35. I've tried TV where it takes about 100. So you want to let it run through all the 291 different protocols to make sure that you're able to shut the TV off or whatever you're doing. So, and the same goes with projectors, and audio stuff, air conditioners, fans, monitors, stuff like this. It's all the same. But now I'm going to show you Learn New Remote. So Learn New Remote allows you to get a known remote or a remote that you actually possess and make a copy of it. Now, the benefit of this is that it essentially allows you to save however many buttons are on that remote. So the way it works is you're going to go to Learn New Remote, and it says point the remote at the infrared port and push the button. So I'm going to do that right now on my flipper. So I'm going to hit the oh, sorry, that was wrong. I'm going to hit the on button, and there you go. It's just done that. So then I can save, and I would name it, like on. And then you save it. But I'm not going to save it now because I already have this remote cloned, so I'm going to show you that in a second. So it'll allow you to get a remote, and the remote that I just used for my lights, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It has 20 different buttons. So learning the new remote, you can add all those 20 buttons to the remote, and it'll completely replicate the function of the remote. So let's go to Saved Remotes. Now keep in mind I did post a Google Drive link for all of these different infrared protocols for air conditioners, air purifiers, cameras, digital signs, fireplaces, miscellaneous, monitors, multimedia, streaming devices, televisions, and touchscreen displays. But for this purpose, I'm going to go to miscellaneous. And as you can see, I have closet light 1 and closet light 2. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to switch over to my camera, and I'm going to show you how it works when you are emulating a saved remote. So here we go. So here's my wardrobe, and you can see there's a light at the top. Now, this is the remote. So if I press the on button, it turns on. If I press the off button, it turns off. If I press the warm white button, the cool white button, or the natural white button, I can do all this stuff. I can turn it off. Now, if I get the flipper, and I go to closet light 1, as you can see, I've saved all of those different buttons. Right? So now I can turn it on. I can turn it off. I can turn it on, and I can change the color. Warm white, cool white, natural white, red, green, and all that stuff. And then I can also, actually I'm going to go back to one of the regular colors. I'm going to go to warm white. And then another thing that I can do is I can reduce the brightness to 30%. I can increase it to 70%. I can increase it to 100%. So that's, in a nutshell, how the Flipper Zero can clone a remote and allow you to save all the buttons that are on that remote that wouldn't be on the universal remotes section, because the universal remote section is more general and really only gives you the ability to power on, power off, channel up, channel down. So I'll give you another example of a saved remote. Oh, whoops, wrong way. So if I go to televisions, for example, I saved a remote from my aunt's house, well, two remotes actually, and I'm going to show you those. So right here, this is it, and the reason why it says down and up is down means downstairs, up means upstairs. So if I click on this, you can see that I have all these options: on and off, caption, search, list, volume up, volume down, channel up, channel down, mute, home, settings, up, down, left, right, OK, back, exit, sleep, stop, rewind, fast forward, play, pause, info, recent, live menu, live zoom, and TV. So yeah, that's the universal remote function for you guys. I hope you learned something new. And if you have any questions or if you have any requests for a video that you'd like me to do, don't hesitate to put it in the comments and I'll do my best. Cheers and happy flipping.